By the way, Pika, we're actually live.
Oh, we are live. Okay, you never said that. All right, welcome back to this week on the Eboa Chronicles. Last time we got on a boat.
A
Um,
boat!
Of
yeah, and that's
This won't be a month in the boat, right, Pika? Right?
to be determined. Um,
So welcome back
so
to the
yeah,
Obota Chronicles.
so we've started this pleasure cruise to sail from Friedland to La Torre. To start, well,
They're
first
rationing.
we're gonna go to the Elvish capital in
Have to
order
say,
to get
They're rationing.
diplomacy stuff done.
They're rationing everything here. How is this a luxury cruise?
it's not. That's the point. We have to make it.
We can make it if we all stick together. Sorry, I have something in my mind.
Anyway, um, so yeah, boat.
The Obota Chronicles.
So we've got the captain, first mate, some
Bob.
sailors, a mage,
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Bob. He's always
worry
here.
about sabotage, the normal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who knows what Delith?
Accepting all bets for who the bad guy is gonna be.
I bet it's
Anyway,
going to be Delith.
Delith,
You're allowed to clip that, by the way.
anyway,
we're
I don't
meant
think
to
so.
join us, not destroy us.
anyway, it's the morning of the first proper day of
Mm-hmm.
the voyage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So
Stop yelling and waking me up at 7 in the morning. It's too early.
up on deck, you can hear the crew busy at work, making sure stuff's in order. You can hear Captain Krusty, uh, giving out his orders.
Yeah, I'll have a bacon sandwich too, thanks.
Captain Krusty.
So what, are you guys just gonna stay in your room all day then?
Yes, this is the plan. Oh, actually,
Unless Medrash sees Delith going upstairs, he doesn't see a reason to get in the way of the crew, so he's just going to wait downstairs.
Tutski is still in
You-
calm down until don't interact with the crew until you're absolutely calm mode.
you see me get up, exit my cabin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm holding a small bottle, and I'm moving.
I'm going to first of all do I have to roll anything to see what that bottle is?
You don't have to roll
It
anything.
should be obvious regardless, I think.
Yeah, it should be
I
pretty obvious.
imagine, but still, I want confirmation.
Yeah, you can see what it is.
It's a bottle.
What does the bottle contain? I mean,
It contains some kind of liquor.
she immediately goes behind her, doesn't say anything, just follows her carefully.
Good morning, Madras.
And this is the start.
She gives you a nod, says "Good morning, Dalith," and just keeps following you.
Are you seasick?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Uh,
And I keep going until I reach Tatsuki's
Mhm.
cabin.
all right.
Medesh puts your hand in your shoulder and starts and says, "What are you doing?"
I'm knocking the door to see if anyone's inside.
With the bottle.
Yes.
Who is it?
What?
It's me.
No, I'm asking you. That you can hear. I'm asking you what's on the bottle.
It's some kind of wine, okay?
Why are you bringing this around? You're going to get us into trouble with the captain. Return that from where you get it.
First of all, Madras, you should relax. Everything's gonna be fine.
And that gives you a dry look and says, when has at any point that worked for us? Especially saying it.
Ah, I'm knocking the door.
Tutski
And that
opens.
begins to drag Delith away from the door.
Tutski yells. Tutski says, "Enter."
Medrash is dragging Delith away from the door.
Tutski
I'm just
opens the door, stares at the scene, and says, "Will you two lovebirds just get in here before you cause a scene?"
Medrash just
Alani's
looks at you
already
and
in
says,
there, just kind of sort of snickers at that.
Medrash just looks at you and says, yeah, and also get us into into problems with the captain. First of all, I'm going to take care of this little and raises the arm that Delith has with a bottle problem. Then we are coming
this.
back.
If you draw,
This.
it's more of a problem if you draw attention to it, Medrash. Just bring her in here. We can resolve this amicably.
Yes. Finally, a voice of reason.
God damn it.
Also,
She
I
mumbles
won
and
this.
follows annoyed.
Also, I won this bottle.
Medrash looks at you and says that you won it doesn't mean that you won't end up getting us into trouble.
Damn it, Madras.
The more you
Also,
mention
are
it
you going
out,
to be my second tail for this entire voyage?
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear you well.
Oh, I
No,
said
no,
also.
you didn't cut. I just didn't catch
Okay,
it.
okay. I said also, are you going to be my second tail for this entire voyage?
Melas looks at you and says, "Yeah, I have no problem. Sadly, you will do tales were positive or negative of us at some point, so I'm not surprised." And he has the driest look on his face, like saying, "Yeah, you are not that hard to read."
You see Dell's eyes squinting and
Tutski
saying,
looks at Alani and goes, "Oh, this is going to be an entertaining voyage."
saying, now, be careful, Madras. You're not annoying me yet. But if we get to that point,
I will take my chances, still being acting like I am acting right now. Thank you very much. Say it so dryly, Medrash. Like not scared at all of the threat that Delith is posing on him.
okay, since you're so insufferable today, you can hold on to this bottle, okay?
Medrash grabs it and says, "Well, at least one thing is outside of the danger now. Just need to keep it either away from the captain or out of troublesome hands."
Tutski just
Then
looks, Tutski looks, stares at you both and goes, "For crying out loud, just the both of you get in here before you cause a scene, and that'll get us in more trouble than that freaking bottle will."
yes.
Uh,
So,
First thing I want to make clear, in case you didn't hear, Medrash had already access to this is out of character. I'm saying to enter the room. It's Delith that kept the conversation there,
That's why Tutski.
just to make it clear.
I know that. That's why Tutski's getting frustrated at both of you, not just Medrash.
Mm-hmm.
so I enter the room,
Medrash obviously enters after her.
sit wherever I can find.
Medrash
Sit,
goes
I
in
guess.
against the wall, just positioning himself there.
Insane. So, I won this bottle from the first mate. Fisher, I think she's called. She doesn't seem to be as boring as everyone else in this boat.
And that includes us, Tutski says dryly.
Yes, present company included. And I look at Madras.
Medrash just rolls his eyes at you, looking at him like in whatever way you're doing it, like he expected that.
Tutski just puts on a sarcastic sigh rolls her eyes and goes, I find that offensive.
Well, you find what of it.
You can clearly tell she's doing better from last night.
Good. So, the initial plan was to continue my winning streak for a few more days so that I can amass the right amount of alcohol that we are going to need for our little contest. But,
Midrash Titan says, "Oh, I'm getting us into trouble in the process." Says before you say the but.
Tutski nudges him a little bit, is about to say let her continue, but then the nudge goes slightly deeper than she expected. Looks down at the little splodge on the armor that puffs back out, and she just looks at Medrash and go, "Are you wearing pajamas?"
Midrash just looks at you and says, "First of all, this armor is, supposed to be a holy relic of my order and all of that. So I would appreciate if you don't turn it into scrap metal. Thank you very much."
I'm not turning it into scrap metal. This is not even metal. You're wearing your pajama armor.
Midrash looks at you and says, "No, I'm not. So stop messing around with holy stuff."
do Dragonborns even have pajamas?
Yes, we do, believe it or not.
And
But
it
I
looks
don't
exact.
have the space to take pajamas with me on the journey. Says that looks at that kid with an angry look on his face. I'd say calling the armor that.
Anyway, we're off track. As I was saying, then I thought again. First of all, let's say that this kind of alcohol is not the best quality.
You
It's
don't say.
second. It seems that Captain Krusty and other people, I say, while looking at the dress again,
But that's
are
just
very
the
opposed to
rolls
that.
his eyes again.
Mhm. Are very opposed to the idea. So I guess it can wait until we get off this floating assembly of wood.
Well, there's surely other.
Medrash mumbles under his breath. Yeah, I'm part of the problem. Surely, when I was the one that politely tried to make sure that maybe we could make this, but just pass it first through the authorities, and now I'm trying to make sure that we keep with the authorities. Yeah, I'm the problem.
Tuxie just takes out her hip flask, takes a shot, just takes a drink and go. You don't need to worry so much. And then puts it back in her pocket.
So I thought of an alternative plan. How
Oh
about
God, Medrash mumbles under his breath.
I get that bottle and return it to Fisher?
Medrash raises his eyebrow and says, "And."
And that's it. It's a gesture of goodwill and friendship.
And what are you trying to get in exchange?
I will get the first crewmate's trust for beginners.
And then,
And then, hopefully, I will gain the trust of even more crew members.
what's the goal? Medrash is
The
just
end
rarely looking at
goal,
you.
the end goal is to have a unanimous decision from everyone on the ship to get you to the bottom of the ocean.
Just gives you the button and says, "Whatever. That won't happen, right?"
No, it
And
won't.
he says that sarcastically because he knows that's not Delith's true goal.
Yeah.
But he knows he's not going to get it out of her.
Anyway, there is no grand plan this time. It's just I think that I'm going to have more pleasant of a journey if I don't try to annoy people too much. We might even find alternative ways to have fun. Who knows?
I just hope your patience isn't too tested by this.
My patience is no, it's not my strong suit, but
It's something we can work on.
It's always good to work in the skills that we're not the best better prepared to handle. So
For
I
example,
will
I'm
give you
working on
praise
my
for that.
yeah. For example, I'm working on my anger issues. It's going quite well.
it's going quite well. Would you mind testing that?
Tuxie just gives you a
Should you
try.
tell it worriedly.
Please don't set her off.
Saisans says looking to Elani apologetic. She will set her off.
Oh, I worked all night to get her in this state.
I'm sorry.
Okay, then it's time for evaluation about that kiss.
Tusky, just remember what we talked about.
So, Tatsuki,
Sorry,
I have
Medrash keeps mumbling.
I have one word for you,
What is it?
Marcus.
Yeah, he's a dick, and I'm gonna get my revenge on him soon. So
Ah, you see, nothing happened. Actually, I have a plan for that as well. I want you to think something about his past, something embarrassing. You can tell me that, and then I will send it to him with a magical message at the most inappropriate times.
you want a list?
I mean, one or two is fine, but
I
if
can
you
I can give you an essay.
if you can make an entire list, even better.
I'll give you an entire novel.
No.
That'll take some time.
If you make an entire novel, I I'm not going to read it. So
Because you can't read. Is that right?
no, I can read.
But you just said you can't read because you won't read a book.
No, she's not going to take the time to read it.
Exactly.
Gosh, I know her the least out of all of you, and I know this. What the crap?
Come on, can you not
Ma-
tell
you see
sarcasm
that
when I say
Medrash
it?
Medesh just has a dry expression through the last part of this whole conversation, and at some point he sighs and says, "So this is my life now."
Welcome to
Yes.
Could be
reality,
worse.
Medrash. Welcome
Yes,
to
this is
reality.
your life, and since you've
You did not apparently you did not heard the part where Medesh sighs and says, "It could be worse."
Yeah,
so since you
you
are
could be
so
still in
worked
Flussberg.
up, Madras, perhaps we
He
can do
gives you a
something
dry
about
look.
how
What did you say?
about a round of cards?
Sure, why not?
If I win, you'll stop being my second tail for today.
And if I
Ooh, that's
win,
asking a lot.
Tusky snickers at that.
Medesh says, "And if I win."
I don't know.
He could be your
You should
second
think
tail
of
for the rest.
something.
The way antes work, Medrash, the way antes work is you get to set one.
No, Medrash is, trying to test to see. He said that on purpose, to see if she had something interesting to say, something, lower than what he had in mind to say.
You
Just
shouldn't ever trust her. You shouldn't ever leave
No,
that to
he
her,
does.
though.
No, but he likes to taste the waters. Medrash says and says, "If I win, you owe me one, which I'm going to cash wherever the time comes."
Ooh.
Okay, but that shouldn't be something, you know. too much.
Tutski
No
will
problem.
Tutski
You,
will
you will just owe me one.
Okay.
At this point, Alani just looks over to Tusky and says, "You were right.
aren't I
This
always?
is going to be rather entertaining."
Aren't I always?
See, we're having fun already. Perfect.
Tutski will just look at Medrash before they start the game. So just says, she goes to a pack, takes out a hammer, and just takes out a blacksmith's hammer and says, "Give me your armor for a second. It's all dented at the moment.
Midrash gives her his armor.
While you play your game, I can get to work to fixing all these dents from battles and such. I thought you'd appreciate it."
Thanks. Thank you very much. I will really appreciate it.
So, is that how you end up? Is this how you deal with pent up rage and frustration? Hammering armor?
No, I hammer some
Midrash says that.
Tutski says no. I hammer ignorant little sods that get in my way. And just continues hammering.
That's much better.
So, what
Anyway,
do we roll for the cards?
Charisma, I guess.
Okay.
Alternatively, if you feel like it, you can go for sleight of hand if you feel like cheating.
And also roll a perception if you think your opponent is cheating.
Yeah. Okay, so we roll charisma at the same time, Mears?
I guess I've rolled.
Bob?
Well, Daleth wins.
It
Yeah.
seems I win. That means you leave me alone for the rest of the day.
Not so that.
Unless I say otherwise.
Medasha that gives you a look and says, "Why would you want me following you around?"
I don't know.
Do you want to hear the answer to that question?
Medasha says, "Yes."
Are you sure about the answer in question will not result in a song? Tutski says from the corner of the room.
Medasha says, "I don't fear her songs. I already have an idea of what she has to do."
Evidence for the Surobit song suggests otherwise.
It will be the meaning, yes, but to be honest, I have much more important things in mind than that.
I agree with that sentiment, Pika. Although you do forget the time where we played a more non-high stakes type of game and
Wait,
Tutski won.
wasn't this the first game that we played?
It's the first. No, it's not the first game we played. It's the first high stakes game we played between party members. I remember.
High
Oh.
stakes.
I
No,
remember.
I wouldn't call that high
the other games we never said that the elite won. In fact, we stopped one and then keep going for a second. It
I
was a
mean, I
pause.
know she won. I remember she won the one last time,
She won the
which
last
is
time.
how she got the bottle.
Did she?
Yeah, she won the one
Yes.
last time. She
Oh.
won the one this time. The only overrolled game we had was a more friendly game, and I'm pretty sure Tutski won that one.
I remember there was the one in Aquarnia. I don't remember who won it. I thought it was Delith.
Yeah, I think Delif won that one as well. I think the only one Delif hasn't won was the one in the makeshift village outside Flussburg, which Tutski won, but that was so long ago I can barely remember.
Mhm.
I don't think Delith
Wait,
was in
I
that
didn't.
game because I
Wait,
think she was busy trying to sing
wait.
songs
I,
for the
ju- I,
local
ju-
populace.
I just realized
And that's why
something.
Tutski won.
Wait, I just realized something. I have proficiency on playing card games. Does that give me an extra to my
That'd give you your
charisma?
proficiency bonus.
Yes, it would.
I think it's an 8, so the
Your
15 will be
proficiency
should be-
bonus is 4.
That
Four?
should be an,
Oh,
that should be another
oh,
4. That
Medras
means
Oh,
won.
I won by 1.
No.
Okay. Dalith's
Okay.
title, King of Games, has been rescinded.
No,
You've
my
lost a
I
title.
have,
children's
I,
card game. Get out of here. You're worthless.
Dalith lost.
I had forgotten now that I had the proficiency bonus until I look at me. My proficiency is.
She
Oh
gave her
wait, I
King
have
of
proficiency
Games
with
title
playing
to
cards.
some nobody.
Tutski just looks up at Alani going, "Did I miss anything?"
No, not really.
Okay. All right, Madras. It seems that you've won.
That's
So I
what you
will have my favor. I will keep my favor for now, if it's
Okay.
not much trouble.
Okay. And you can keep following me around, I guess, if you want to be that annoying.
Just don't be too
To be honest,
surprised.
I have nothing. To be honest, Smithers, I have nothing to do, and it's probably going to be more interested to phone you around and stop you from getting into too much trouble, not stopping you from getting into trouble,
I'm
than
Okay.
just staying in my room.
plus I'm
How about we go to Fisher and to give her bottle back?
Sure, and gives you back the bottle so you can give it back.
I'm pretty sure following you around is my Josh's favorite pastime, Daleth.
So you're going up on deck to give first mate Fisher the bottle.
Yes.
All right. Once you get on deck, you can see the sailors bustling about getting to work. I assume Nadia just went to the crow's nest to just keep watch out, because that's kind of what you'd said you wanted to do.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, in that case, I
Mhm.
will tell to Nest to go to the crow's nest.
Mhm.
As well, and
And oh god.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
I mean, Nadia is going to stay there, right? Okay, he can think of something. I have faith in him.
He does a tap dancing solo.
Oh, no.
gets the attention of Jack.
Anyway, back to the description of stuff happening on deck.
Yes.
Mhm.
You can see first on the deck. You can see Fisher and Krusty talking to each other about something a little bit under their breath. Ali Invo is just kind of resting against a guard rail, watching as people do work. And then our dear friend Braun is watching the goings on and helping move material as necessary.
Mhm.
Also, there's a monkey.
The most important detail.
The monkey is the imposter. Get it off the ship.
When Mother sees Brown there in the there on the boat, he gives him and not like saying hello with a small wave there.
Yeah, he kind of waves back while getting back to, and then gets quickly back to
Helping around, yeah.
hauling on a rope. Yeah.
Okay. I go to Fisher. Is he doing anything important that shouldn't be disturbed or not?
You can kind of hear talking with the captain. He's saying we're a little bit off course from what we expected. It's not that bad, but that's not a good sign. Something's happening.
Am I interrupting?
Oh, Delith, not really. We're when we were reviewing where we'd made it to this morning with our maps, we found that we were a little bit off of where we expected to be.
Uh,
We're
I thought the weather was nice.
Yeah, uh, we just try to keep track of where we were and where we expect to be. It's somewhat of a time-consuming practice, but it helps make sure that we don't get lost or anything.
Yeah,
We're
getting lost would be bad.
Yes, but we're a little bit further to the east than we expected to be. Not a whole lot, but enough to be noticed. Assuming our calculations were correct. That's the other difficult thing, knowing whether or not we're actually correctly figuring our position.
This,
Also,
Medresa this ask, is it because of the currents or the wind?
We're not sure. We are working in shifts, obviously, no one can stay up all night. We're mostly just checking coordinates in the morning, just because it's a long, arduous process and we can't just continuously recalculate. We're more likely to make mistakes doing that than we are to actually find stuff. But
Would
did you have a question?
no,
uh,
Medresa is actually waiting, for them to finish
Okay.
saying what they mean.
So like Miss Marie and Alienvo were Miss Marie was handling uh the wheel, and Alienvo was helping navigate yesterday or last night. Erwin was also on shift last night as well, where it sounds like the weather was, not a cloud in the sky, good stars to see and navigate by. We're gonna try talking with Marie to figure out what might be going on first.
Madrasha this says if you end up needing more people for shifts and all that, I'm not an expert in terms of helping keeping eye on wind or stuff like that. But if you need for late night any kind of small task that could be taken off of the crew so they can focus on seeing what's the problem of this, I'm up for the task.
I think for this night, I'm just gonna have Miss Fisher. We're gonna move Miss Fisher's shift to be this night so she can keep an eye on things. Best to get stuff caught early than end yourself up in a bad situation.
You see Madrasha nodding at that?
speaking of Miss Fisher,
Yes, she says.
I yesterday I won this little bottle from you.
Yeah, you did good. I'm surprised you haven't drank in it, considering just how thirsty you were.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm not that thirsty, and it seems that you enjoy this kind of.
Enjoy is a rather strong word for it, but I do appreciate the few things that we can get on the ship for a
Okay,
voyage.
that's good enough for me. I thought that maybe it would be best for me to give it back to you.
She looks surprised. Oh, I mean, you want it fair and square. Are you sure you want to give it back? I won't reject your generosity, but I want to be clear that you did win it, so.
Oh yes, that means I can do whatever I want with it.
Yep.
So I had two ideas. The first one is to give it back to you, and the second one is to use it as an in an experiment containing
I think I'll take it back
including
then.
fire. I
I
think the
think I
first
think I'll take it back then.
Madrasha lady fire,
No,
you see
on
his eyes open,
experiment.
they can look at her.
You didn't have to get to the fire point. The moment you said experiment, I'll take it back.
you can
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone there can see.
Yeah, everyone has eyes. Medash has his eyes, worried looking at her.
Everyone can see.
Even Braun is probably overhearing. It's
Like
just like,
you don't need to blackmail me to get it back. I just wanted to make sure it was what you wanted to do with it.
Tutski can hear this from Tutski hears this from below deck, looks online and goes, "The fun continues."
yeah. Although, can't shake the feeling that I'm just kind of freeloading.
Don't feel like that. You're the most valuable member of this crew.
Raises the eyebrow.
Oh my. Just from a personal point of view. And she just and then Tutski continues listening.
Sorry. Yeah, continue.
Well, I'm not going to say anything else. I just have a teasing, a teasing smile, meaning that I had no intention to use the bottle in
Yeah.
any experiment.
Hmm.
Yep.
And after that, I say, okay, so Captain Krusty, I've heard some rumors about you. I would like to verify them.
Do you indeed sleep in a lobster onesie?
Miss Delith endorses it. I've got some familiarity with your family. I've, you know, been on the sea, so I've worked with some of their, you know, goods now and then. Oh no,
have
I
you
can't remember what the trade conglomerate or whatever that I had them be part of was called.
The goods
Hmm.
industry.
have you ever
Furiously looking into notes.
have you ever
No,
met
bro.
one of us? One of my family?
Uh, no, I have not. I've not had the pleasure.
Good for you
Until
then, because
now.
now you can say you've met the best one.
Behind her, you can see Medrash making a negative nod with his head, like
Here
saying,
it is.
uh,
Here it is, Pika. The Gold Fair Merchant Group, Acornia branch.
Okay, there we go. Gold Fair. That was the one I thought. I just wasn't sure if that was the one because that's
Yeah, that was the one.
something I pulled from a previous campaign. Um, but there are reasons I'd potentially not use it. Um, yeah, I'll be sure to let if I ever meet her, I'll be sure to let Demilla know you said that.
Ah, yes. I'm certain that she will appreciate it.
Tutski from the below deck is just face palming.
I'm amazed that Tusky can hear from a essentially different floor of the ship.
Well, if this conversation is
exactly.
loud enough, which any conversation Delith is involved in, it probably is. She probably will be hearing this.
I'm not shouting.
But you're being grandiose. You're being grandiose with everything you say, which means it's going to be slightly louder than usual.
Anyway, so
he doesn't deny it.
so if you have time later on,
Uh,
I'd like to respectfully ask you to recite some of your exploits.
sure, we can do that. Probably a little bit after lunch. Uh, that's usually when work's at the low ebb, is people are getting back to work.
Okay? Good to know. Now, back to my cabin.
I know what this is leading up to, and I'm gonna laugh.
Medrash that just stretching himself a bit while he sees, Del is going to her cabin and decides to go and look a bit through the sea, trying to make himself that he's not, bothering anyone, spending the rest of
Uh,
the morning there, enjoying the weather.
while you're walking about, make a perception check.
Okay,
Oh no, it's Medrash,
perception,
the
perception.
worst person's
It's
perception.
zero. It's zero my perception, so
Yeah,
it's not
you're the worst perception score in the crew, but that's good for you.
seriously.
Okay, well, you just notice the crew going about their work. You see Erwin helping to mop some
Mhm,
droppings off of the deck that
mhm.
has a specific name.
The poop
Yeah.
deck.
Anyway, anything else you guys want to do, or do we want to fast forward a bit?
I doubt Tutski and Alani will be leaving the cabin, so we can, unless anyone else wants to do anything, we can fast forward.
Yeah, you can fast forward because Medrash will be up there just, the morning, their afternoon until lunch, and then probably go and rest a bit at the afternoon. So
Medrash is just doing the woe-ho that Tusky taught him.
So day passes, weather's good. Lunch starts coming, and some clouds are rolling in. They don't look like storm
Mhm.
clouds, but
okay.
it is just nice, big, billowy white clouds.
Stop being in so many places at once, Cloud.
Never. You should say no.
So post lunch, people are getting to work. Things seem calm.
Mhm.
Uh, I guess Delith finds Krusty. Gets an invite from Krusty to come join him in in his cabin.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's a fairly simple cabin. There's a decent sized bed, some drawers, a table with maps and other stuff on it.
There's some lit candles in the middle of the room. Everything's ready.
Oh.
Anyway, so Miss Delith, anything particular you're interested in, or
First of all, I want to say that thank you very much for inviting me. And so, I've heard some rumors that you found you had many adventures in your travels, and I like to, let's say, find inspiration for writing things and
Hmm,
songs.
are you a bard, perchance?
Not exactly. Know how to sing somewhat, and I'm proficient with my lute, but other than that, not exactly. My expertise is entertaining people using music, but most importantly, some magical elements.
Hmm, I'm surprised you're not a bard. Anyway, um, so, are you familiar with the Adelar Islands at all?
I have heard of them. I never been there though.
Yeah, it's the small group of islands far off the coast of the continent. They only got discovered like 50 so years ago. Uh, but it's, still quite the exotic locale, and traveling back and forth between it is still somewhat treacherous of a journey, considering the more open nature of the seas between the continent and there. And then also just between you and me, most routes also take you by the eastern reaches, which is a little bit less safe for a Cornian vessel. But, you know, it is what it is.
I'm seriously struggling with with what Cord posted.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
All
Where
right,
did you
so
find it? Anyway.
uh, the eastern reaches were actually one of the earlier governments to find this island. So of course, they were the first to establish a colony there, and the wealth they were bringing back from it was endangering our own great Aquarian homeland. So I ended up taking it upon myself to relieve the Republic of some of their riches and distribute it among for our own people. So
That sounds awfully like a
piracy.
pirate.
Technically a privateer. It was authorized by the emperor, but
I guess,
yes,
of course. I
basically just
forgot.
legal piracy.
Yeah, I forgot. If you have the Lord's permission.
It's piracy if it's done for yourself. If the king says you're okay, it's a privateer.
Yeah.
Uh, Still dangerous, and if you aren't successful as a privateer, the other side likely aren't gonna treat you any different from a pirate anyway.
I'm
But
sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah, I already caught the word republic, so I kind of misheard that.
So, if we find a ship that is not, let's say, friendly to us, is there a possibility that we're going to, you know,
get
Nice to
into a
know where
combat.
the list wants all of us to go.
I mean, it's always a possibility. When you're out at sea, things happen, and often that's used as an excuse to try to eliminate, you know, stuff that works for
Hmm.
a rival nation.
in that
You know,
case, I ask for permission to use my magic on them.
oh, of course. I would never think of asking otherwise from you. I mean, my days of privateering and actual piracy are well behind me, but because yes, in case you were curious, I have had some pirating experience.
Aha! Now we're getting to the juicy parts.
But yeah, I'm very well familiar with just how things go out at sea. Because ships do just habitually go missing for no reason, it makes it easier to try to instigate something like that happening to the ships of your rivals.
Have you seen a
So,
dragon turtle?
no, I have not. I have seen a dragon though.
Oh,
Yeah, there I saw a dragon off the north coast closer to the Dwarven Peninsula.
I see.
I think they might like the fjords there.
I see. I've seen my fair. Actually, never mind.
I've also seen a kraken, but that's not something I want to remember that well.
But why? This sounds so interesting.
Miss Daleth, a kraken could crack this ship in two with no sweat, and there's nothing we'd be able to do about it.
That's amazing.
I mean, I can
Of
understand
course,
your.
she will say that's amazing to a kraken. Of course, this is out of character,
I
by the
can
way.
understand your fascination with something of such grand a scale, but these are my crew members' lives that would be affected by that, and I'd rather not lead them to their deaths.
Oh, that goes without saying. I would be one of them.
Yeah.
Is there a
Um.
possibility to find a small one? A very
Ah,
small one.
it-
Baby one, maybe. One that we can actually get and, bring it up ourselves, train it, maybe.
Maybe just
you-
find
you-
yourself a regular squid. I'm sure if you go to a marketplace in the Adalar Islands, you could probably find something like that.
Yes, but a regular squid doesn't become what you just described, so it's less interesting.
Oh
Hey,
God.
hey! Don't you judge the cuteness of a baby squid like that. They are actually quite cute. I saw them in a marketplace at Halfling's Landing.
Okay. I guess if there is any other story that we have to hear, we can go ahead. Otherwise, we can say that we continue on with that.
I mean, there's not much else to say. During one of those trips is when I picked up Marie for the first time, and then actually I ended up getting Miss Fisher from a different adventure to the Adelar Islands. But that's, neither here nor there.
I see.
Mhm.
Would you say that you trust everyone in your crew?
I'd say I have to. This is, if my stories haven't made it clear, sailing's quite the treacherous occupation. If you don't trust the people you're with, lots of bad things can happen.
Say
You're
no
doomed.
more, Captain. If I see anything suspicious, you can be sure that I'm going to share it with you.
All right. I'll just ask that you don't harass anyone too much.
Oh no, I'm not going to harass anyone. Unless
Anyway,
I have permission.
You won't have permission. That's the answer Captain gives him.
anyway,
Permissive harassment.
I need to finish getting the work schedule finished now.
Yep.
I'm
thank
glad I
you
was
for your-
able to entertain you with some of my stories about myself.
I hope to return the favor and entertain you in return sometime with one of my songs
Yeah.
and a little.
Now, I know you're upset with how tight-laced we're being right now, but once we get closer to our destination and it becomes a lot less important to have such strict order, I'm sure we'll be able to loosen things up a bit to have a bit more fun, as you might call it.
Look, Captain, I can adapt. It's just it takes
It takes time, yeah,
takes time. Yeah.
but that's why I'm just letting you know that hey, the difficult part is that I try to keep the difficult stuff at the beginning when everyone's in high morale because they're just had a nice time ashore. When things are when you've been on the boat for longer and you haven't had and it's wearing on your patience is when you want to be able to loosen things up a little bit.
Hmm? I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for your time, and I hope that we can talk again some point. Share more stories. Maybe next time I will share some of mine.
Anyway, have a good day.
The list has gone
End of
grand.
scene.
Nadia, make a perception check from your crow's nest.
Oh god.
What if I don't want to?
Well, you don't have to. I mean, if you're just blowing a joint while you're up there and most people can't see you, there's not much I can do about it.
Yep.
Almost a 30. Can I? There are no force points.
Roll a force point.
We've been playing that game way too long.
Uh,
I know, by the way, but like the joke was perfect.
Yeah.
It was.
uh, behind the ship, a couple hundred yards off, you think you can see something glinting, some light glinting off of something
I can
near
see
the surface of the
something.
water.
I can see something. Yeah. So,
It's
um,
barrel
what?
shaped, metallic, hard to make out.
Okay. We don't have
This feels like a plot. This feels like a plot device. Of
like. Okay. First, of course, I will tell the other guy that we are with. The second is, can Tatki send her bird somehow to check it out? Or
Yes,
if
because
we
she
have,
has that kind of telepathic bond with her eagle.
or we have anything else
I
to.
have a
So
bond
I'm,
with
I'm just gonna say
my.
I'm just gonna say this just to make
Okay,
it
okay,
About to
okay,
say the
okay,
little demon is up there.
the little demon's
okay.
Yeah.
up there.
So the crow grabs the demon and they fly together in order to check.
I mean, the
Uh,
demon can
can
change its
fly?
own shape. Yes.
Damn it! I was trying to make a plan here. Mm,
I mean, the demon solves most of the issues.
so yeah,
Yep.
no,
Listen, guys, demons
I,
are your friends. Turn to them
I,
for all your solution needs.
I tell to the demon, I guess, because I know he's there. I guess I'm not sure
You can
if
see a little crow. If you can see my crow, that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. If it is your crow, I talk to
Pretty sure
the
the
crow
demon was
sister.
actually in crow form when you were first introduced to him anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there. Anyway, I guess I know about. Okay, if I know
Is
about it, I say it. Otherwise, I need to find Delith.
Yeah, you can. All right, I'll go look at this thing. All
Comes
right,
back. It is Kraken definitely a guy's hide. Where?
actually, he's got confuddling news. All right, I saw it. I saw what you were pointing at, and when I went out to investigate, it. As I got closer, though, it went below the surface, and I hovered over it for a good, 5-10 minutes, and it seemed to just be gone. So I came back. As I got closer to the boat, though, when I was looking over my shoulder, I saw it returned.
Is it a yellow submarine?
Yes.
yes.
Well, it's not yellow colored.
It's a submarine, though.
Well, it definitely went below the marine. Yes.
Can I check if the demon is lying?
I mean, I'm gonna say that they does not have the word submarine in his vocab.
It's
No,
an
That's
no,
a
uppy.
kind of modern word,
It's an uppy. It's an uppy downy thing. I
not
saw an
about the
uppy.
submarine. I'm saying, can we check if he's lying that it hid and then it came back when he left?
What it would gain by
Yeah.
lying?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's that's his demon. I can believe that
It's
there's
not
something to be
mine.
gained here.
Deliths.
Yeah. That
Lilith,
is.
sorry, Lilith.
Tutski's
I
never
I
told a
don't
lie in her
disagree, but
life.
this scene important.
Tutski's
No,
never told a lie in her
to
life.
be
She just had an angry rant.
to be fair, I don't believe there's something, but anyway, okay. Pay more attention to it, I guess.
Just keep an eye out for it.
That exactly.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, or does anyone want to stay up for the night shift?
Did
Alani will. She only needs 4 hours of sleep anyway.
I will stay for the night shift.
Medrash did volunteer himself, if they need, some people of the crew, to move them away from menial tasks, so they
I
can
just
focus on more
imagine
important
Tutski
stuff
is.
he's willing to do.
I imagine Tutski's about to get up to join the night shift, and just Eli just puts her hand on the shoulder, puts her in bed, and just goes, "No, no, no, sleep."
Sleep court. I mean Tusky.
It's the same thing technically.
All right. So, uh, the clouds have rolled in, and you can't really see the stars in the sky.
Well, that's gonna make navigating an issue.
Yep.
Yep.
Marie is once again at the wheel. Miss Fisher is, looking at the navigation charts. Krusty is in bed. Tutski, I'm gonna put you to the GM layer just so I can have only the people
Yeah,
for this scene.
that's fine.
Is Alani also in bed? I can't remember. No, Alani came up for this.
Alani
Um,
stayed to make sure Tutski was sleeping, and then came up on deck.
Alani only needs 4 hours of meditation.
Yep.
It's like
So let's see. I know we just went over this, but since I only just decided to start hiding the people who aren't on this scene. Delith
Me-
asleep.
Yes.
Delith asleep. Okay. And Medrash, are you up?
if the crew needs someone there doing menial tasks there on the
Not
up
really.
up over. Okay,
This is
then
just
he's asleep.
This is mostly just keeping the ship on course.
Okay, then
this is
he's
a
asleep.
maintenance crew right now.
basically.
Basically, at the dinner table, I'm going to say that the eagle's still there
Yeah,
on deck because Tutski
Midrash,
offered her. Tutski said to the captain, "Well, if you need an extra eye, I can set my eagle to help you out on watch as well to just in case."
And then
depending on, I will say this: Midrash is, it's in his quarters, but depending on how late it is, he might be, playing some cards with himself and before going to sleep.
Yep. All right. Uh, Alienvo is in the crow's nest using gust of wind to help propel the ship forward. And let's see, Erwin is asleep. So you can see Miss Fisher looking at the maps going, I wish the stars were visible for this. It'd make this so much easier.
Yep.
They continue to go. Miss Fisher is double checking the map, saying, and you can hear saying, I thought that this would be, I thought we'd be further over to, I thought we were further to the east than this map is showing us. I didn't actually think of a good way to show this kind of a scene, even when I was
It's
thinking of this
okay.
is important for developing stuff.
Wait, further to the east, weren't we? Because it was revealed to me that we were already further east than we were
I know
projected
that's what's
anyway.
that's what's confusing me. Now the chart map's making us look like we're going too far to the west. Make a perception check, Ilani.
Working on it.
I also need to make a perception check. Or no?
Yes.
No.
Okay, good.
Mm,
This is
Because
your job.
I'm also staying out. That's why. Anyway, cool. Anyway, I will be back. Roll for me if needed.
You notice it seems like there's some sort of a discrepancy in the map. Like you can't quite tell what it is, but it seems like there's something off about it.
So forgive my ignorance. I've never traveled by sea before, but are you sure that there isn't something off with this?
She picks up the map and then kind of looks at it questionably. Okay, it looks different now that I've actually picked it up. I don't know if my eyes were playing tricks on me or what, but now it is reading like we're, farther to the east again.
Put it
Can use the
down.
spell magic.
Put it down.
Yeah, she puts it down, and once again, it's like, okay, yeah, something's definitely going on here. It's switched again. She says, looking at, looking at the material she's got in front of her.
Go get Medrash.
I can go get my friend. He might be able to do something. Wait, you do have dispel magic, right?
I do have this spell magic.
Okay, my friend might be able to do something about this. I can get him to come and take a look.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, so I go down and get Madrash up and say, "Hey,
Mhm.
we need you."
Mirash immediately rises up. I don't know if it's how late it is to know if he's was sleeping or not into the night when they realize this.
It's
We
probably
need
pretty
your
late at this point, but
we need
Okay,
your special
you you
talents.
you
I'm
see
really
you see
sorry.
you see Mirash is a bit groggy. Open the door, looks at you.
I'm
When he hears
very,
that, you
very
see
sorry,
his
but we
eyes
need your special
opened
talents.
a bit and says, "What's going on?" With a worried look on his face.
We may have figured out exactly why we're so off course.
Very well. You see that immediately, you hear the door closing immediately, and quickly the noise of armor being put quickly there. You see that he doesn't have it out. He has his shield and sword there on him. Looks at you with a nod and says, "Take me upstairs. To what's the problem?
Let's
Just in
go.
case I'll prepare."
Yep. And we make it back up to the guess to the stern of the ship where
Yep.
Miss
The
Fisher is.
for the navigation. All right. So it seems like something's been done to this map to make it display incorrectly depending on where it is.
Medrasha then looks at the map and casts dispel magic using his obviously one of his two is free third level spell slot to cast it.
Yep.
On the map.
Alani, since you actually saw it on the table and in Miss Fisher's hands, you can see that it looks, after the dispel magic is cast on it, it looks again like it was when she was holding it up.
Mhm.
So she says,
Who was on navigation last night?
it was Marie as well last night. And then, Alienvo was also just getting a little bit more wind to get us further along.
But nobody picked up the Mac to check it ever.
You got to be really careful with navigation tools.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, this was
Medrash
clearly a magical trick. So
looks at give me a second there, remember the name, Fisher, and says, "Could it have been this something done before we exit the port? Was the map always like this, or?"
No, we did not enchant our map to navigate us incorrectly.
No, no, Medrash that looks at her and says, I meant if this could have been done while we were docked in the
It
port."
could have been something that was done at port. That would explain why, the navigation was incorrect. When the captain and I interviewed Miss Marie last night about what the issue was, it seems like that the star charts and then the water charts weren't lining up together with what was actually being seen in the sky, and they ended up kind of just going for an in-between route. So, which is how we ended up a little bit off course.
well, that could have been way worse.
Medrash that says, "How much of a trouble could this be leading us into?"
Oh, well, I mean, just to the east of us is the calm.
Yeah.
It,
The
it,
Fool's
what Medrash
Exit
is,
is we're gonna be approaching the Fool's Exit in like 2 days,
we're
which
in
is
very much
again on the
trouble.
eastern side of the current.
You
Like,
see Medrash mumbling, so we will be in too much trouble, which there are plenty of parties that will take advantage of or want us to be
Unless
there.
we course correct now and sail back out west a little ways.
yeah, the difficulty is we don't want to sail too far out west and then get off of the current, because that'd be just as bad. Well, not quite just as bad, but it would definitely slow us down.
You see the Medrash is clearly, overthinking this and says, Miss Fisher, I will leave this, to you and the captain to, decide, make all these choices. If it's not much trouble, I would like to go and tell this immediately what you choose, to say anything like this to Miss Nadia. She may could use this, to help her since she's keeping an eye up there in the nest.
Yeah, you can go ahead and share what you want with each other. I trust that you're gonna, work to
Mhm.
support our little mission out here. So
Mhm.
go ahead.
So Medrash
It's
goes
important to
there,
us. Is
informs Nadia of that. What we will need to know is if Nadia, shares the what happened there on the that she saw there for a second. That's the complicated thing. that we can solve right now because Cloud is not here. But Ness did see it, so maybe he could share it. I don't know because he will be there when I'm sharing all of this.
I
And
see no reason why Nez wouldn't at least share it with Delith.
hmm
Yeah, you can.
Mm.
Here, I'll just have him.
Plus, Midrash trusts Nez far more than he trusts Nadia anyway, so whatever.
Sad.
Yeah. So
He doesn't know Nadia
our
much, but
crow
he.
friend
Mhm.
shares what Nadia had seen during the day, which
Madrash, yeah.
concerns Miss Fisher. It's like, so it sounds like something metallic was following us. Nadia,
Still
another.
is,
Yep.
says Madrash. If
Well,
what
I was about to ask
Ness
Nadia to
saw.
get another perception check just for
Mhm.
confirming that.
Oh, we can. He said that we roll for Nadia.
Yeah.
So give me a second. That Nadia perception, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Ah,
that
perfect.
no problem.
Perfect. Yes, it has in fact been staying at a steady distance, pretty unerringly, like uncannily staying at a specific distance.
So we are in the trap, says Madrasha. That silently, says frustrated.
There's definitely some enemy designs going on here.
The question is, what do we do? This isn't something at least that our group is used to. So sharing a look with not to with Elani to see if she has any idea of what to do on this, since he's completely out of his element on this. Rush.
Absolutely
Yeah,
no clues as to what it is.
No, I don't
it's
mean what
nothing
it
like
is,
I've ever
what to
seen
do.
before. Like
I
when
don't
I
mean
heard,
what it is. Medosh doesn't mean what it is. He means what to do on this case.
I mean,
Because what it is right now doesn't matter.
my first thought of something being in and out of the water would have been some sea elves, but normally they're going around on seahorses, and that's not what it seems like is being described here.
A
So this
ma-
is something else entirely.
It's one large mass, right?
Yep, that is, out of character. Yes, that's what I described it
Oh
as.
no.
No, just large, like not huge, actual large sized.
Oh, large size.
So
What,
like,
Still
what
not
did
it,
great.
yeah,
what
it's
did I
not great.
miss?
Yeah. Uh, Basically, the map was enchanted. So to put you up to the cloud, the map was enchanted. So Medash went dispel it. When they went back, they obviously, well, they discussed, what was going on, all of this. Medash shared it with Nadia, so to see if, she saw anything suspicious. Ness told us about the giant mass that he saw that it's still following, it was follow us and all of that.
Hmm.
So now we're trying to decide, okay, what do we do?
I mean, the issue is if it's traveling beneath the waters, that means it's not dependent on the wind. We can't sail backwards at the same speed we're sailing forwards. That's not how it works.
Well, we wouldn't want to sail backwards. If it's
We wouldn't want
it
to
is
anyway. Like,
it is intentionally keeping its distance.
yep, if it's able to keep speed with us when we're traveling in the direction that basically lets us travel at our fastest speed, I do not think we could overtake it should we turn around and try to do so.
Medrash did says, what if it's waiting for the right moment to attack us or guide us through fear and all of this in a certain position?
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what it's doing. And someone, don't really want to point fingers, but someone is helping it along by seemingly driving us most likely into uh the dead wind zone.
Yeah.
So our best
That-
chances, Medrash, is
I mean,
to set up a
whatever it
trap
is that's
for
following
the
us would
spy.
probably not have an issue there. Again, considering that because
It's
it's traveling
underwater.
underwater, we can assume it's not reliant on the wind.
So either we set up a trap for whoever is up here on this side helping it, or we just wait for the inevitable time where we are done.
Yeah, whatever it
We
is, we're
could
definitely gonna have to pay more attention and
much
watch
more
out for
attention.
further acts of sabotage.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, we've got Nadia up in the crow's nest. Um,
Nadia can keep her eye on that.
I literally only need 4 hours of shut eye every day,
Yep.
so I'll keep my eye
I'm
out
I'm
whenever
mo-
I'm not having my eye.
I'm also an elf, so I need less
Yeah.
sleep.
Yep.
So
I think
Yep.
the big question is, do we want Nadia helping to investigate for sabotage or keeping an eye out for our tail?
I think Nadia will be idea for Ortel, no offense, but you have the best perception out of all of us, and I think that's probably best to keep an eye on Ortel. What we need to do right now is an investigation, and I know it's something else that Nadia excels at, but there is
actually, I
one thing
don't.
that we can.
I'm decent. I'm not excelling on that.
Okay,
What?
All right.
but
What?
On investigation of perception, yeah, I'm
Oh.
broken.
Or we could just
Yeah,
get,
Alright.
you don't
or
want
we
me
could
doing
just
that.
get Madrash and
So-
Tutski to question every member of the crew and do their good cop, bad cop routine.
Medes is going to do the unexpected.
If I
He's going
wake
to look
up,
at Elani. He's going to look at Elani and says, "Okay, I think the sooner we begin, the better, since we are already up. So the two of us can, try to see if we can find anything right now that will be less suspicious. You up for me down the rigs there, and I will wake up Delith since we're looking for traces of magic. She is the one that will be the best to help me with this."
All right. As you guys are having this conversation, Alienvo's last gust of wind stops bellowing from his chest, and he kind of, on the crow's nest, turns around and says, "All right, I'm out of casts for the day. I'm gonna go to bed, get recuperated. Anything else you need while I'm up?"
Wake up Delith, tell her that I'm going down there, and she's probably going to be annoyed.
All right, will do. You can see Alienvo heading below below deck.
I
Let me-
go below deck,
Gosh.
and I keep my distance from Alienbo while going on the way to Dallas, keeping an eye out of him.
You can see that he goes to her door and knocks on it. Your friends asked for you up above deck. Stuff's happening. I'm going to bed.
what is it now?
Medrash at that when she gets out,
At that
looks
point, you
at
can
her.
see him head to his bunk. Like it's just a
Yeah.
small little, like
Medrash
basically a
waits
broom closet that
outside
he
of the
gets,
cabin.
which is better than the remainder of the crew,
Yeah.
but still.
Just to remind us that we're kind of sort of traveling like royalty on this ship.
Yep.
Yes, sleeping in two-person rooms is royalty.
Yep.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, we know Alani's sharing with Tutski. Who's sharing with Delith or Medrash?
Yes. Anyway,
I'm sharing with Daily.
Medrash
Why
gets his
not?
own. Medrash gets his own room. The lucky sod.
he's with the
I
dwarf,
never.
obviously.
He's with the dwarf. Yeah, whatever. I doubt Braun
Okay.
ever sleeps.
So, at some point I step
You
outside.
exit. You see Medrash there stood up against the wall that looks at your door.
Okay, before you say anything, I didn't do anything.
Medrash says,
I was
"No, you
just
didn't do
sleeping.
anything." Medra says, no, you didn't do anything, but we need you.
Oh,
You want?
everyone who's awake, make another
Mhm.
perception check.
To everyone apart from me.
Everyone who's awake and doing
That is
stuff.
awful.
That's
Can I
what
roll a no?
That's what I just said.
Give me a
Uh,
second.
Everyone
am I
apart from
supposed-
me.
Am I supposed to roll? Because
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
everyone who's
15.
awake, which means everyone's apart from
Mhm.
me.
Amazing.
Wait, Nadia
That
didn't
is
roll
not great.
because you said everyone. Nadia is awake, isn't her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone wants to roll for
Nadia's awake.
Cloud.
Yeah, Nadia's awake, but Cloud isn't.
Give me a moment.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm going to roll. Oh, someone already did. Okay.
Ah, perfect. All right. Don't worry about it. The
Oh.
seas look all open and calm. Your tail is still following you, but other than that,
That's no good.
All right,
So,
Sonic.
Well, so Medrash Lucas here and says, "No, I know you didn't do anything. The problem is that someone messed up with the map, and now we have a tail of something going after us. So we need to look to see who is supported that whatever it is that's following us."
something is following us. Oh, great.
Hmm
yeah, boss, we've got a
And someone,
metal
and
shiny
some,
thing. So when we
and some,
when we try to investigate it, it dips back underneath the water where we can't really do anything about it.
and
Oh,
someone here messed up with the map that we were using for navigation
you are
with
saying
magic.
that
Mhm.
it saw you,
Yes,
right, Nez?
it did.
Can you go back there this time invisible?
Yeah, I could do that.
Good.
All right.
So, do me a favor and go there invisible to see if it actually detects you.
All right. Uh,
Medrasha that looks at you and says, "So ready for well, Nest does that. Do some investigation down here. Look for who will probably be able to use illusion magic on the map."
Okay. Uh,
so Nez
Does
is
magic carry
flying
signatures
off.
in your setting?
Other than the type of magic it is, not really. Like it doesn't have a personal signature.
Okay,
Because
so trying to trace magic is not actually a thing.
yeah,
Not really.
do you want me to roll an Arcana check or? Yeah. I mean, we already know that the map was enchanted.
Yeah,
I don't. Is an Arcana check going to
but
give
someone,
anything else, or is it redundant?
but Medrash, but this is our character,
Mm.
But someone that does magic and all of that carry items for helping themselves in certain magics, right? That they are not proficient or magical stuff, so we can look for that kind of stuff, right?
You're asking if we
Oh,
can.
I mean,
In general.
Oh,
like
Hmm.
you can, like, I mean, you could do, I guess, detect magic if you wanted to see if there's any other magical signatures nearby. Actually, I gotta check the range for detect magic.
hmm
so Madras,
hmm
you're suspecting that someone is sabotaging us
30 feet.
on the ship.
Yep.
Medrasha that says, yeah, someone used magic on the map, and we have been going in a certain direction thanks to that.
I mean, there is one mage here.
You suspect her?
Him.
I mean, if anyone could do that, it's him. But there might be someone else here that is, masquerading
That's what
as a simple crew member, but He might be more
That's
than they seem to be.
Medasha that says that's what I'm bidding at because it will seem very foolish for the one that is basically in control of the ship, thanks to
Hmm.
her wind spell, to use
This
illusion magic
this will
and
need.
put everyone against herself.
I think that we need some
Hmm.
cunning here.
We
And
need
Medasha that it smiles and says exactly why I wake you up. You know about magic and you're cunning.
At this point, Nez returns.
Mhm.
All right, mission successful, boss. It didn't detect me. I
Yay!
managed to actually land on it, which I think actually at that point it did detect me, but I managed to get there first. So it seems like it's a large metal barrel, basically. About
Large metal barrels? Since Medasha that
yeah, you
confused
could
like
probably
because he
fit
doesn't know
between 1 to
anything.
3 like people-sized people in it.
People-sized people.
Yes, I stand by what I said.
Madrasha just thinks to himself, "Yep, just like her master, its master."
Hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
Fine. I think that we're going. Okay. Where's the elf?
Which
By
elf?
elf, I mean. Where is he?
You mean the one that just ended his shift and went
Oh,
and
the
woke
envoy.
you up?
Yes. Ah, that was him.
Yes.
Yes.
Knocked on the door. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't catch who exactly it was because I just woke up. So yeah. Hmm. I say we let him sleep
Hmm. And we'll look at
and.
everyone else.
Hmm.
And we'll look at everyone else. Is trying to get guess what you're trying to say.
Uh-huh. I say we let him sleep. There is no need to make him suspicious. That
He's
we
an
are
elf. He only
suspicious.
needs 4 hours.
Yeah,
And then he can
exactly.
get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I
And at
can be up
this
here
point,
waiting for that.
oh yes, I'll be there too.
You think it's the elf? Says Madrasha that.
Mm,
Here's the thing. I propose that someone, one of
Hmm.
us, will start some small talk with him and start asking, progressively more pointed questions.
Madrasha that says, "Well, we know who is perfect for the job. While looking at you."
Oh, okay, then I will do everything myself in that case.
Madrasha that says, "I'm sorry, but I'm not very discreet. So I'm very good when it comes to political talk and all that, but casual talk and all of that, I can be very
Okay, okay,
awkward. So
okay.
what do you want me to just make it obvious
No.
from the beginning?" Exactly.
hmm. Who's
Oh,
more versed in the arcane?
What?
she also says, or he looks at Delaney. You think you can do it?
No, 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 no. I know nothing about that. I'm not the right person to ask those kinds of questions.
Hmm.
Up here,
Medash not
up here, I
Medash
have
nods
actual
at that and
questions.
says Medash at that nods and says exactly what I thought. That's why you are perfect for this, Delis.
Okay. Okay, okay.
I think we already know what the meme's going to be if anyone suggests that Tutski be the one to do it.
Yep.
Bring it out in the trunks! Swear to me!
Yeah, exactly what I was expecting.
Perfect. My
Since Marie is kind of present and hearing you plot to like question people, she speaks up. Are you going to be questioning everyone in the crew, or are you just going to be looking at Alienvo?
You
uh for
know,
now for now we are going to ask some questions to specific members for starters. Speaking of which, do you know anything about this whole ordeal? Anything suspicious, maybe? And I'm casting detect thoughts on here.
Okay.
Uh, I gotta check detect thoughts because I want to see if there's any
There it
outward
is.
sign of.
I'm casting it without any components because it is one of my come on.
Free stuff.
Oh,
It's one.
Sorry, I was trying to open that, not to press it like that. Damn it! How do I open it? There it
What are
is.
you trying
Sorry.
to do? Zone of
Open
truth. No, no, no.
Son of Truth.
You don't have to open Zone of
No,
Truth. Actually.
I know, but in case you know that you are not close or for some reason you're low in certain magical, so I'm trying to remember how this spell works. That's why I was trying to open it for myself. Sorry.
Okay. For some
Mhm.
reason, it posted the deck thoughts and the descriptions twice for both of
Mhm.
us. I don't know why.
Don't ask me.
Anyway, as for thoughts, you can hear a, "Hey, I've got my own stuff.
Mhm.
I don't want them prying into.
Hmm?
I,
Mhm.
I don't want this stuff to get found out. That'd be very bad for me."
Does he say that?
No, that's her thoughts.
Oh, okay. So,
Mhm.
um,
Her, her, what she says is, "No, I don't know what's going on with this. I'm
meanwhile,
just I'm just a pretty
yeah,
regular crew member."
meanwhile, back in her thoughts, I don't want them to find out I'm a closet lesbian.
are you
Ah!
Mhm.
sure?
Um,
Are you sure about this? I mean, have you seen anything suspicious movement?
gosh, I'm rolling pad.
Yeah, don't worry. Everyone has one.
uh, for thoughts, you can hear her thinking, "I really don't like all this extra scrutiny I'm under right now. I was trying to get away from stuff like that."
Well, you should have
But what
spoke
she
up.
says is, I haven't seen anything more suspicious than you. I know that there were issues last night, but the captain
Mm.
and Miss Fisher have already talked with me about that."
Hmm. Okay, to be fair, I don't think you have done anything wrong per se. I'm just trying to, you know, see if you have seen anything suspicious at all. I mean, what do you know about
High elves.
Alienvo?
Mhm.
We he pretty much got picked up on the trip from Havenport to Sutton. So he hasn't been with the crew that long. He's mostly been quiet and kept to himself. Uh, Being an elf and not needing to sleep as much, he's been pretty helpful. When he's not doing his majory stuff. Min spell's definitely been helpful for keeping the ship working fairly smoothly. It saved a lot of work for the crewmates.
Like he didn't join the crew until you were basically gearing up to leave from
Yeah, like he
Havenport to come
basically
down.
would have joined in just a number of days before, like maybe a week or so before you guys met the crew.
Okay. So Marie, can you do us a favor and not talk about this to anyone except the captain, of course?
Thoughts are yes, and I really hope they don't keep looking into me. She says, "Yeah,
Mhm.
One last thing, one last question. Is there anything at all you'd like to say?
I think I'm ready to be done with my shift now."
Okay.
And what do the thoughts say?
Pretty
So,
much the
Yeah.
same thing.
pretty
Okay.
pretty much you are not guilty, is what I'm trying to say. And I give her a last look.
Mhm.
No, I'm not guilty.
Okay.
Time for thoughts.
I don't think that anything suspicious is going on. I'm saying that out of character.
Mhm.
So as she is going
Mhm.
away, I suppose I just
Yeah,
tell
she's
her.
well. She's still actually on shift, so she's staying where she
Yeah.
is.
Oh, okay. So I tell her, yeah,
She just
look, I don't like per se doing that to people, but you know, you understand. I hope. You know, asking questions like that, making accusations, no one likes it. Nothing personal, I mean.
Yeah, I get it. It's still hits a little personally. Like I like head. I know what you mean, but emotionally, it still hits personally.
Okay. Uh, I'll try to think of a way to remedy that later on.
I think your minute is up for your detect thoughts.
Oh, it is, it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm just making
Yep.
small talk
Me-
for
Me-
now.
Me- Midrash will
Just
slowly,
Oh, yeah,
you
making it
make
know.
clear
small
for the
talk.
remaining party members why I'm not going to keep doing the thoughts.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's
I
okay. Midrash is slowly. Well, this is going. Midrash goes slowly to Eleni and bubbles to her, whisper to her in a small voice. Do you know how many people gathers together if the majority of the crew gathers together for lunch?
Probably like
To Elani,
2/3.
he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying this.
Just to give Alani,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
Alani probably would have seen both lunches
Mhm.
they've had at this point. It'd be probably like 2/3 to 3/4 of the crew.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
definite majority.
Midrash said that whispers to her. How about if I cast some of through around there and we make the announcement of the map, being open and all of that.
How
I
about we
go to
not make that public?
Madras.
Medash is not saying this out loud. He's whispering this to in Elani's ear. He's not saying being noise and all of that.
No, I know,
He's trying
but
to be as quiet as
I
possible.
know, but
Just
you
with
also
her.
brought up mentioning the map and what happened to it. I'm like, do we really want to let on to anybody that we know what's going on?
That's why he cast the Medash mumbles. That's why he whispers in return. That's why he cast the Son of Truth. What we're going to do to public interrogation there without everyone realizing this. I cast
Uh,
it
It's not.
before.
First of all,
Miss
out of
Fisher
character, that's
see
not going to
Mm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Fisher sees you guys mumbling, and I'm guessing
Mhm.
Alani's kind of reading is a little agitated. She's
What are
reading
you?
the room and butting
Mhm.
herself in. Is there
Mhm.
anything that I can help you with over here?
We
Who's
just have a really horrible idea given by my friend here. Don't mind him.
All right, I'm just gonna
Medash
ask
says,
before you try any horrible
Mhm.
ideas, run it by the captain first,
who says
of
that?
course. Mhm.
Miss Fisher.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
Or
Medash
Fisher.
says that, yeah, of course. Mhm.
Oh, the best buddy.
First, I wanted to run it out here with my friend to, be sure if it will be a good one or not.
Okay,
You know about the situation, right?
Mm.
I ask you.
I mean, she's been up here the entire time,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
But Medash basically tells you when you ask that she was the one of the ones that, along with Elani, that called me to dispel the map.
Okay. Just to
Mhm.
make sure, uh, you know,
Mm.
procedures and stuff like that,
Mhm.
I have to ask you. And I go to Fisher
Mhm.
just in
Okay.
front of her. And I say, are you guilty of this? Do you know anything?
Mhm.
yeah, no, I'm at the exact same page that you're at, maybe just a little less crazy.
Oh, I'm not
And
crazy.
she's
I'm
saying
just
that in kind of a teasing way, but
okay.
Mhm.
also like she wants her space. It's a slight pushback, but nothing too aggressively
Yeah.
insulting.
Okay. So, About Alienvo, you don't know anything about him? I mean, he just showed up. He happens to have exactly what you needed, and so he became a part of the crew.
Well, I mean, a ship's wizard's not incredibly uncommon, especially in dock cities. So like wizards and sorcerers that are like low level and not going into adventuring take the spells that a ship likes pretty frequently just because it's a form of employment and it's better than just regular labor. Because hey, it might be a broom closet, but it's better than the bunk that everyone else on the ship gets,
I see.
and it's pretty decent pay. Like it's certainly not a captain's pay, but it's definitely better than a regular crew member's.
But
Suppose.
he
So like you
was
could probably find a handful of people of about his caliber in any major port. Some, in smaller ports you'd probably find less qualified wizards, but they'd probably still get at least, just beginning to get their second level gust of wind spells.
Speaking of which, isn't he supposed to be a noble?
A what?
A noble.
Why?
I don't know. He gave me his way of talking, all that.
He gave me a
Maybe
Oh.
signet
it's
ring.
just me.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
It could be. We haven't asked much about his past. We were, trying to keep on top of getting this this pretty big undertaking on schedule.
All right.
Yeah.
So, um,
Whoops. Sorry.
I guess you have no. Uh, come on. I guess you have no quarrels for me about me starting asking questions to him.
Yeah, ask questions. Just don't be too aggressive on it. We don't want to get the crew too agitated so early into our journey. Because we've
Me
still got
aggressive?
we've still got like 2 weeks that we're gonna have to live together for.
Me
Uh,
aggressive? I would never.
yeah, I know. I'm just giving a word of advice. You're not gonna be able to get too far from anyone that you potentially get on the wrong side of for the next 2 weeks, just about. So
Well, don't worry. I'm just going to be discreet.
I just find it's a good reminder for people who aren't used to ship life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway, I think I will need to
Go back to
uh,
bed.
take a small rest. Yes.
Time, says Madrasha, that I will need to keep going back to rest. There's nothing I could do by keep going right now.
All
I say
right.
that to
thanks for the help,
Elanis.
Madrash.
I
Madrasha
say
that
that.
says, if you come up with any ideas, call me. So, I may be able to help or not, says Elani. Says to
But
Elani. And when I wake up, I will immediately, come back to getting into help.
mhm.
All right. As you're
hmm
heading down into the ship, make a
Mhm.
perception roll.
Another one.
Not
Oh,
20!
Whoa!
there is no need for us to roll.
Medrash can see the future.
I can see
It
the
is not
future!
enough.
Yeah, it's what I'm
You can
expecting.
see moving along the bunks of the different crewmates
hmm
what looks like a humanoid of different types. Uh, make I'm trying to think what kind of a
It's
check would be to
Marcus's
identify
twin
this.
brother.
I gotta check what kind of creature this counts as before I say what.
While we're doing
Oh.
that, if Delith is close to me, Medrashi hits her with
I mean,
his elbow and makes her the noise to keep quiet but follow him.
Oh,
Uh,
so this is the way you're
Technically,
seducing
wouldn't
me.
it be either survival or arcana?
it'd be one of the two. There's probably one that's better than the other. I'm trying to.
nature,
Mhm.
maybe if he's.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it is a doppelganger. I'm just trying to
Mhm.
figure out whether that'd be
Yeah.
survival or arcana for
Okay.
your characters to identify that.
Nature, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
Oh. Do I have to roll nature?
Social
Yes.
sciences? No.
Oh!
Okay, it's
Oh!
a.
Oh god, that's an
Oh!
20! Two
Another
nat
nat 20.
20s! Oh god!
Okay, yeah, you're able
Oh
to
god.
identify that it's a doppelganger
Well, this is going into the highlight reel.
Okay.
in the midst of a
Medrashi.
lot of different bodies.
Mhm.
A
Yeah.
lot of different people. That's gonna be really easy to keep track of.
Medrashi immediately, when he sees, knocks Elith on with his shoulder, finger in his mouth to tell her quiet, points to the doppelganger, and
So
makes
you're
the.
saying you want to roll for stealth? Go.
No, no, Medrash! Medrash not.
You're saying you want to roll for
Me-
stealth? Go.
No, Medrash he just tries to make sure that she sees him, with calls the attention to doppelganger to Delith, and then whispers into her ear, "Nest."
Okay.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting
Well, I mean,
rabbits.
if you don't want the doppelganger to see you, you need to roll stealth. You've rolled to see the
God damn it!
doppelganger and identify it. Now, do you want the doppelganger to see you or no?
Damn it! So I have to roll stealth.
If you don't want it to see you, yes.
I guess. Let's roll. Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh
Yeah.
god!
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now he rolls a nat 1 in
Scissors.
perception and everything is
Yep.
completely fine.
Yep.
It scissors, right?
It
Yep.
sees you. It goes among the. It goes
Okay.
further among the bunks.
Okay, okay,
Medash,
okay.
no, if
I
Medash notice that, immediately goes after him.
okay. How far away is
Mhm.
he?
It's probably at like the far end of the room, I guess you could call it. Like this is like the large, hall area where everyone's in bunks.
Yeah.
So you're probably like a good 40, 50 feet away.
Okay. Do you want us to roll? Come on, initiative just to see who moves first?
Um,
I mean,
considering it would have detected you
Hmm.
coming in, I think it
Hmm?
is well aware of what's like. I have a good idea of what's happening here, which is why I'm going to say it gets to act first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like I
But
said,
it
it's
doesn't get
going
to act in
among the
surprise.
bunks.
Medash, it's immediately the moment he sees him move to behind the bunks, goes noticing if he noticed that he's noticed, he begins to run after him.
All right. While it's moving in between the people, it is changing its appearance to look like
The
other
people.
crew
Do I
members,
do I have
and
to
it's
roll
kind of
perception to keep
it's also kind of
my eye on
pushing on
him?
the bunks to wake people up, causing people to stir.
Mhm. Do I need to roll perception to keep my eye
Yes,
on him, or
yes.
okay?
He's basically waking people up and getting more bodies
Damn
moving.
it! Delith, you have to roll well, so at least you keep an eye on him.
She
Does
rolled
she keep an
well.
eye on him?
Unfortunately, no. This is a very difficult situation.
Hmm.
Uh, so
Medrashi at
Actually, okay,
that
okay,
mumbles
okay.
to himself. Mhm.
Where does
Is the
he
noise
go?
being caused able to be heard up on deck?
It should be.
yes. In fact, most of the sailors are getting up now. They've been roused from their sleep, making it even more confusing of a situation.
Do I
Okay,
get
People are
woken?
complaining that it's way too early.
Do I
the
get woken
way
up by
he's-
any of this?
The way-
Medrash mumbles to himself, damn it.
The way he's running towards, is it a dead end or no?
I mean,
He's waking up people,
he's
so.
moving towards one end of the ship, but also like, I mean, it's difficult to give a good layout. Let me just doodle something real quick. So
Okay.
like the layout would be like kind of like 3 rows. That's a really great row, and then like the actual ship itself. So like he'd be running down one, he can curl around the other, but
Yeah.
there's only so many places to go. But with many people up and moving about, it's
Much
difficult.
easier.
Okay, is there a choke point for all of those, for those 2 corridors?
I mean, there's a set of like
Come.
stair ladders to go up, higher up
Is
to higher decks.
is the only exit that one?
Yes.
Medrash immediately runs to the exit and puts himself in front of it and shoots
I go
to
there.
the. Mhm.
Go ahead.
He doesn't need to make it to the exit. He just needs to hide.
He shouts there, to for everyone there to hear, says, connection or something like that, to hint that she makes a telepathic connection.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will establish a telepathic connection with you, and I will tell you right away that don't let anyone leave that spot.
Mhm.
I'm telling
Mhm.
Fisher about this.
Medrash immediately says, "That was my plan. Are you out?" Just to be sure.
Yes, I'm running towards the deck, I
Mhm.
suppose, or
Okay.
wherever.
All right, I'm just
Fisher
gonna
is.
delete my beautiful painting.
Mhm.
Yes.
So Medrash is there in front of the exit, basically says, "You should to the crew, you should probably all go back to sleep. Sadly, until we are sure of the situation, we are all going to stay here, and I'm going to stay right here on these stairs."
I go upstairs. I tell to Nez, go down and keep an eye on Madras and tell
Mhm.
me if anything happens.
All right.
Also, keep an eye out if someone tries to leave the area.
Mhm.
All right. Will do, boss.
And then I go right to Fisher and I say, okay, it seems that the doppelganger has infiltrated the ship.
Oh,
We
that's
just,
what we heard.
yes, we just saw him sneaking around. And
All
he's
right.
the one that created all this fuss to cover his tracks.
All right. That is interesting. Where is this doppelganger, and how are we gonna identify him?
Well, I have 2 ideas. First one is that Madras casts a zone of truth, and every single crew member that is currently there goes through it to exit. We make a very simple question: are you a doppelganger? And if the answer is no, they can pass. If the answer is yes,
Or
or
they don't
there is
answer.
no answer at all,
We hold them.
yes.
Make an insight check.
What if Fish is the doppelganger?
Here we go again. Oh!
You can see Mary is very unhappy at that suggestion.
Mhm.
Not Fisher, Mary.
Mhm.
Also, I've only got like 20 minutes, so we're probably gonna have to continue this.
Yeah.
We're probably not gonna get this all the way finished.
Mhm.
But
We
yeah.
can, we can probably continue when you're
So-
back if we're all up.
But you can see Miss Fisher kind of side glancing at Mary says, I understand that that's a good plan, but for reasons I'm gonna have to decline that.
Why exactly?
With respect for the privacy of some members of the crew.
Respect for the privacy of some members of the crew. We're talking about an infiltrator that's doing who knows what with a metallic barrel full of people following us.
She pulls Daleth over and whispers to her, Mary is a doppelganger. She's been part of the crew for a while. I trust her very well. Making everyone go, say what they are is not gonna do well for her relation with the rest of the crew.
Well, it's actually pretty simple. Mary was all up here the whole time. They saw the doppelganger below deck. Mary doesn't have to go through the zone of truth.
Yes.
Easy.
I mean, if people were rational, yes. Do you expect everyone to be so rational after being woken up in the middle of the night?
You
And
can tell her
then
we've already done an extensive interrogation of her. It's not
well,
too
most
far
of
off
the
the
crew
truth.
don't know that she's a doppelganger.
There's no
If
reason
Ma-
for the crew to know that. There's still no reason for the crew to know that.
we could have made if Medash was here, he would be suggesting. We could say that Mary and Fisher have already gone through the Son of Truth. So
All right.
there,
If you're willing
They're
to
already
do,
covered.
if you're willing to leave Mary out of it, then sure.
Yes, it's okay. She can stay out of this.
All
She's
right.
the only crew member that we've already kind of sort of questioned anyway. So
If anything, maybe she has valuable information to tell us about her kind, so our
that we
job
can,
will be even easier
yeah,
I
to
will ask you.
identify the real culprit.
I will say it is a sensitive topic for her, so it's probably best not to question her about it. Like, considering that, like, to your point, she was up here the entire time. I don't think she has anything to do with this. I don't really think there's much to be gained from interrogating her over this.
I'm not
well, I
going to
mean, it was
interrogate her.
just asking a couple questions as to how one might best, track one of these things down.
All right. How would you like me asking? What's the best way to track down an elf? Like, even if you can understand there might be good reasons for such a question, it still is a little uncomfortable to answer.
It does put you in a pretty uncomfortable position. Yes, I get that now. Yes.
Let's see what we find as we shift through the people down there, and then we can determine our course of action going forward, and we can look to see what Krusty says.
Agreed. Meanwhile, I will stay up here and keep an eye on that map just in case anything else untoward happens.
Yes.
All right, so
And I'm going to wake up Tatsuki. She slept long enough.
Oh dear.
No, she
Oh,
hasn't.
Alani, I'd say if Delif is out loud, I think Alani goes, I don't think you want to do that. I've seen her when she's been woken up when she's been woken up. It's not a pleasant sight.
I'd honestly be surprised if she's still sleeping right now anyway, given the ruckus that was happening below deck.
So basically, Delif can go below deck, and Tutski and the captain are already having a frustrated conversation.
Actually, you know what?
You-
Why
you-
not?
One of the random thoughts of Madrash that sometimes escapes through the connection that he made with the list is, God damn it! I wish I hadn't woken up now. I'm never going to get my sleep back.
sometimes I wish that Create Water was a more common spell for caster class, because that's the perfect way to wake people up.
I just like the idea that Medrash hears Tutski waking up and he goes, and now it's even worse.
I'm going down.
All right,
Okay.
so people are anxious to get this whole thing resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's just
So,
say that Tutski's with the captain talking to Madras about what the hell's going on.
okay.
Just to make
Okay,
things
So the
easier.
moment I see you,
Midrash, the moment he hears the captain and Tatsuki ask him what the hell's going on, tells that the captain and Tatsuki are awake. He tells us through the connection, and without taking his eye out of the crew down below, he says, "We have a situation. Hopefully, pretty soon Delith will come here and put you up to date. I'm sorry, but I need to keep my attention on this," says Midrash to the captain and Tatsuki.
hmm,
Alright,
so
let's just bring everyone back to the map layer.
Mm-hmm.
the moment I go down and see them, I go there and say, "Ah, good. It seems that you're awake as well. Perfect. So
You were
it
caught
seems,
trying to cross the border.
yeah, you're
Damn it!
finally awake."
It always goes back to the meme. It always goes back there.
Yes.
Shoot.
With the utmost
It's
respect,
such a perfect meme.
Tutski
Captain,
just looks at you before the captain Kukoy and goes, "With the utmost respect with the company we're keeping and everyone around here, can you kindly regale us on what the hell's going on?"
yes, that's
Oh, does
exactly.
she have a story for you?
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. We got to the bottom of the map mystery. Someone has been tinkering it through magic, and our suspicions is that a doppelganger has been doing that. And I'm saying that um, with,
In a
you know,
whisper.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
I'm whispering that only to to the two of them. And that particular doppelganger is not the one that you already know about. I say to the captain.
Okay. So that makes. So what are you planning to do about it then?
I was thinking about we could maybe set up a zone of truth right here on the choke point, and everyone that comes through, we ask them a very simple question. Maybe we can ask them if they're sabotaging the ship, and well, the easiest way to go would be, "Are you a doppelganger?" If they say no, they can pass through.
All right.
Are you certain this won't? I don't know
I just have
exactly.
one question though. What if this fails somehow?
If this fails, well,
Because the issue is, if this does fail, then literally everyone's gonna know that someone's sabotaging the ship and someone's a backstabber. No one's gonna trust each other. Just gonna make the next couple weeks hell.
And that's going to be bad for morale, and it's going to stop the crew from even wanting to do their jobs, let alone actually getting along. Tutski adds.
do you have a better proposition?
Not particularly. Um, just because I know some people, just because of how some people view sabotage versus other things, maybe just keep the question to doppelganger.
Okay.
Because I mean, you might get some dipshit who thinks that sleeping a little bit late is sabotaging the ship, and they want to do that a lot.
And I've met plenty of those types of people in my military career, believe me, Captain. We want to keep that to a
So
minimum.
yeah, I think we just keep the question to the doppelganger. Though I'm not looking forward to dealing with this.
No one
Anyway,
ever.
you've got my permission to
Mhm.
do that.
Tutski puts a comforting hand on the captain and just says, "No one ever truly does."
Mhm.
The
Okay.
one thing I'm worried about from this, out of character, by the way,
Mhm.
Mhm.
the DC is 16.
The DC is 16, but if someone actually passes it, Madras will know.
Mhm. Yep.
Actually, out of character, the only thing that technically worries me is if somehow the doppelganger can either jump on the sea and thus pass it on the deck when more people are up, or if he somehow can crawl outside the ship, and thus he's not discovered due to
That's
him
Yeah.
going up.
So at that
That's
point, it would have to
that's
boil down to who didn't actually come through the zone of truth.
At that point, Tutski will before Delith goes off. She just keeps her between her and again for one more second, but her between her and the captain is, and between her and Delith without while the captain's off and goes. Just get Nez to keep an eye on everyone who tries to get away from this or find some other exit. We all know. We don't know what kind of tricks this is going to play.
Mr. Captain, I say again,
Yeah,
there might be an alternative solution.
and that would be
We don't use the whole zone of truth thing. We go about it far more slowly, but much less
Invasive.
invasive.
Oh.
Alani's finally getting to the point where it's just like, do I actually know where she's going this time?
I mean, I sure don't. Would you care to elaborate?
I can probe
Wait a
it
second, you're
rather.
still below deck.
It's
Yeah,
just
we are below deck.
Yeah.
I was about to say, unless anyone else has walked into the conversation, I'm pretty sure the only ones who can hear this are Tutski and the captain.
Yeah, because Medrash is down below with the crew keeping it there.
And I say, I have a way to probe a bit to other people's thoughts. I'm not doing it all the time. Actually, mm, I'm not doing it almost never because let's say that I don't find it very
Comfortable.
You find
yeah.
it distasteful.
Yeah, I find that option a little distasteful as well. Let's try the zone of truth first, and then we can decide where to go from there.
Okay.
Especially because depending on how quickly you can actually do that, if you're not successful quickly, then that gives the saboteur more time to cause problems.
Okay. Also, the thing that is following us,
What about it?
it's turns out it's a big metallic container, I suppose, and mm, we believe that there are people or humanoids or something that looks like humanoids inside.
Doesn't sound like any.
That's interesting. I've never heard of anything like that in all my journeys. Like I said, like sea elves are not common, but they're something that you come across now and again. But that's completely different from what this is sounding like. This is sounding like land dwelling creatures making something to work for them underwater.
Doesn't sound like anything I've heard either the Aquarian Empire or the Freeland states ever making. It sounds doesn't sound like anything that any power I know of could have possibly made.
I mean, the world's full of mysteries. For all I know, this could be a story I tell the next adventurous person who wants to know what I've been through is. But I'll definitely keep that in mind. It's good that we've got a better idea of what it is. Given the size we know we're working with, at least it's not that many people, so I don't expect it to directly attack the ship. Which
Turns
is,
plot twist. Turns out it was Captain Nemo all this time.
well, I mean,
Of course.
like the I was describing to you as like it's 1 to 3 people that would fit inside of it. So 3 people versus a full crew,
Yeah.
especially with 6 adventurer class people.
hmm
Yeah, at the very least, I don't expect to be directly attacked by it. There are still other ways it could threaten us for sure. but at the very least, we don't need to worry about direct
contact.
offensive,
What could
offensive action.
what could be helpful?
Which is good.
What could be helpful is trying to find out more information about this particular vessel that's following us. Until
Let's take one crisis at a time. Let's get this zone of truth handled first.
agreed.
Okay. So I guess
Medash is not aware of your plan. He's just holding people down there. So
I explained the plan to you.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got the
okay, Medash says okay. Tell me when do I cast? When do we begin? And then I cast it when everything is prepared for
The
us
captain
to
says,
begin.
"Let's get this over with now. We've got
Mhm.
a lot of
Everyone's
journey ahead of
awake.
us.
We may as
let's
well just go ahead and get to work.
Yeah, everyone's awake.
Okay.
They're in a foul mood. Best not to keep them bottled up like
Mhm.
this."
Okay. When he hears that, Medrash, where does Medrash cast it? At the tops of
Probably
the
just at the
stairs,
stairwell.
below?
at
Yeah.
the at
Okay,
the
at the
only
stairwell.
stairwell
Okay.
leading at the only
Okay.
stairwell leading out. Yeah.
Medrash casts this on up through there and tells her the link just in case. Ask me the question, Delith. So everyone is aware.
I mean, the question is simple enough. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's telling you, so we, for everyone is clear, that even Medrash is not safe from this. It's a sign of trust to the crew.
Okay.
So anyone can ask me, but quickly, we need to do this quickly. So
Okay.
Alright.
So go ahead with it, I guess.
yeah,
Fine. So we start asking people as they go up.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
All right.
Obviously, Medrash show
Ca-
it
All right.
makes the
So
Captain,
space.
there's about like a little bit more than a dozen crew members, including well, not including Marie, but including Alienvo, whose
Mm-hmm.
little room closet is on the bottom floor.
Mm-hmm.
So they all pass through. They all get to you. They get asked, "Are you a doppelganger?" And they all say no.
mm-hmm.
You as you work through the crowd, no one seems to have succeeded on a saving throw, and they all answered no to the question.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
everyone has left the hall area. There's no one left to question.
Okay.
And that is
Once
officially
this is
the
done,
whole ship roster, right?
Yeah, you've managed to go through the entire ship roster for who should be in the lower hold,
okay.
and all of
So
them passed through without saying they were not a doppelganger.
okay.
Medrash at that
Sim-
say looks at them and says, "No one can go back down. If they pass through that, I mean, we asked exactly what we are looking for, a doppelganger, not an innocent. That means that zone we
I
should close it."
listen.
Mhm.
Perhaps one of us should go down there to check if our little friend is hiding.
Madrasha that says, "I'll go. We
No,
have a connection. If something happens to me, you can make the connection to others or set reinforcements. No need to recast the
I
spell
say
again."
I say no. I will go. I have a way to find out someone who's in hiding.
Okay,
We
but the moment
will
they
maintain the connection though, in case something goes bad, or if I show up on the stairs and I say that everything's fine and it's not me.
Mhm.
So the moment you
Very
see
well.
me, ask if it's actually me.
Of course, says Madrasha that, and lets you, go down, and he puts still he in this case takes out his sword and shield and has them both out.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will cast Sanctuary on me,
Mhm.
Okay.
and I will cast Detect Thoughts as well and have it on nowhere in particular, but 30 feet range around me. If there is a creature capable of thought,
Thought.
I will be able to pick it up.
All
And
right.
I start.
Just as okay, I had to check if sanctuary was concentration. I was like,
Oh,
is that
no,
2 concentration spells? No, it's just 1.
no, it's one.
Yeah.
Only the deck thoughts
Yep.
requires concentration.
So I hate to rain on your parade, but Zone of Truth will only last for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we have the connection. That's why Delith went down, because I will ask
We
through
don't
the
need the
connection.
zone of truth
Oh.
any longer.
Okay, that's true. That is true. I forgot
Yeah.
about the connection.
I was gonna make
Yeah,
I'm gonna make the other tactical suggestion of while the rest of us sweep the ship, Nardi can still keep an eye out for our vessel. We can say Alani can stick with the first mate on one side of the ship, keeping an eye on the crew, and Tutski can stick with the captain and check on the other side of the ship. Keep
About
an
to
eye
say,
on
when the
crew.
captain comes up aboard deck, Alani will probably look over him and say, "Sorry for rocking the boat."
Oh, your pun is forgiven, but this is not looking good. All right. Maris, or sorry, Daleth, as you're going through the lower level, you're not detecting any sign of thought.
Oh, okay. So, since I find nothing, I go back up and say, so it seems that our friend is no longer on the ship or found a way to slip through in some other way.
before letting you in, just in case Midrash, checks that you are you, through the mental connection.
Yep.
Yes, and I say, what color are your pants?
That's definitely
Uh,
Medras. That's definitely Delith.
Midrash just gives you a look and says, "Really?"
That's how you approve it?
No,
I
no.
mean,
Medrash doesn't, this disagree on that. It's just, he still, he says through the mental correction, really, like, to see if, the answer comes and all of that.
yeah.
After
I
de-
mean, I make the question through the link, not actually. I'm not saying that out loud.
Alright, well.
Medrash that ice, teaches a bit and says, "Can you get serious? I may have the doppelganger in front of me."
We are actually out
Yeah.
of time though for this week.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
there's a saboteur on board. The party
Mhm.
has let slip a chance to catch them.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, I
I
have a
mean, I
plan for that, but we'll find out
If
either
only
later on tonight or next week or next time or whatever.
I'm just realizing I should have been the one to go down there because I can move faster.
Besides, I was about to say if this failed, Tutski would have asked the captain if he would mind her taking Fisher down to check any access of where if any windows have been opened in any of the quarters to make sure they have had a chance to escape.
So yeah, I think I made 2 markers. And
anyway,
yeah,
so
Mhm.
yeah, that's it for now. Tune in next time for either later today more of this or next week Star Wars.
Next week
Yep.
we continue the Chronicles of the Crying Jedi.
Mhm.
Anyway,
The best Jedi.
yes, as Dwayne would aptly put it, Elena's the only Jedi he would trust. So whatever. Anyway,
Mhm.
let's end the stream here, and we will catch you whenever we catch you again. Bye bye bye
au
bye.
revoir.
Bye.